Welcome, everybody. I'm super excited for you guys to join on tonight's meeting. Happy New Year. My name is Jessica Vargas. I am in Houston, Texas. If you can, send those last-minute text messages out to your people to join this very important first call of the year, meeting of the year. And if you can, drop in the chat where you're coming from, where you're chiming in from. Eliminate distractions, get into a quiet place. Also, you want to take copious notes with pen and paper. If you don't have a pen and paper, do screenshots with your phone. And if you can, turn your cameras on. We want to see who we are engaging with. It's nice to see everybody on this call, and it's amazing to see how many people have their cameras on. It's so beautiful. So I'm going to go over a brief overview of tonight's agenda. So we're going to start off with a very quick, very brief overview of the presentation. Afterwards, we're going to get into the training portion where we're going to share the compensation plan and how to make money. Also show you the proper way to get customers and also the proper way to share the opportunity. Final speaker will go over the proper mindset and the event. So you want to stay tuned the entire time because you want to go over into the breakout rooms and come up with a game plan and ask questions. All right. So my part is done. I am going to switch it over to a wonderful woman, multi-business owner in California. She's been VP of sales. She's been in marketing. She's done it all. And she is a great mentor and training and for this company. So I'm going to pass over the call to Miss Charlene Hawanka in California.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for hosting our call, and Happy New Year, everyone. How many of you guys are excited about 2024? Oh my goodness, and I know that is why you are on the call this evening. And Jessica is a great friend and an amazing leader out in Houston, Texas. Thank you for all you do, Jessica. We are so excited to see your next promotion level this year, as well as everyone on your team. And you guys, my name is Charlene Wayanka. Yeah, say that 10 times, right? I'm from California. I have a background as a small business owner, and also my last corporate position was a VP of sales and marketing for a medical marketing company. I currently sit on the board of directors for a small medical group as well. I am a wife and a new mommy, you guys. So 2024 is going to be an amazing year ahead, and we're excited to show you just what we're doing here and why everyone's so excited. And the timing of our company, you guys, there is not a better time in the company. Someone told me the other day, you will regret not being involved during this time. I mean, this is a time of a lifetime, really. And so with that, you guys, a few years ago, I closed down my business, my traditional business. I had a friend call me out of the blue, asked me if I was open to making some extra money. And as a businesswoman, I definitely did. I didn't want traditional overhead. I took a look at this business that same day I got started. I had brought backup too. I brought my mentors. And they also took a look at the business. They looked at me after seeing the information I'm going to show you right now. And they said, you should do this and we'll do it with you. And so I'm going to dive right into what we do here. And you guys, I mean, with everything that's had happened the last couple of years with COVID and so forth, some of the services that we're going to show you today are services that we use every single day. But this service right here, Impact Health, where it works better, feels better than insurance, better coverage, is our flagship service. We're going to talk a little bit more about that and the timing. But take a look at this. And how many of you guys, if you guys are 80, millennial babies, right? Blockbuster, remember that? Way back in the day before Netflix, guys, right? After school Friday, my mom would drive me straight to Blockbuster, grab a couple tapes, you guys. But now we have Netflix, right? Okay. The taxi industry is almost instinct now because of Uber. Back it up to the hotel industry and Airbnb. We check Airbnb sometimes even before hotels nowadays. Toys R Us went out of business because of Amazon. I literally get Amazon packages like every day on my doorstep. And then health insurance, you guys, there's no exception to that. Because of technology, we're changing the way we do business, and Impact Health is a company that we specifically partnered with to show you a little bit about what we're doing. We're revolutionizing the health coverage industry and helping families and businesses everywhere. And so let me go ahead and stop share really quick. I'm going to share my volume here first, and let's watch this quick clip.
Hi, I'm Phil Chrysler, President and CEO of Impact Health Sharing. Healthcare sharing began in churches. You were asked to contribute to help Bob and Sue with their ailment. People passed the hat and you contributed what you could to help your fellow member in need. Then, fast forward, you saw great things occurring in the Amish and Mennonite communities doing exactly the same thing. Then it got a little more formalized in the 80s with some religious-based organizations, and then the Affordable Care Act came along. That's really what propelled healthcare sharing to its modern-day growth. You remember the individual mandate penalized you with a tax if you didn't have health insurance. But if you were a member of certain healthcare sharing organizations, you didn't have to pay that. Now we know the individual mandate has, of course, been reduced to zero. But in the meantime, healthcare sharing grew over 1,000% in the last decade alone. Why? Because it's an alternative to the high cost of insurance. Typically, you'll pay 30 to 50% less. Some reasons why? We're not for profit. So we have no profit motives that typically cause conflict between members, providers, shareholders, and the executive team. None of that exists with healthcare sharing and certainly with Impact. You can stop overpaying, my friends. Here's an important statistic to understand why. Department of Health and Human Services says about 5% of the population account for nearly half of the healthcare spending that occurs in this country. Majority are healthy. They're overpaying, though, for the non-healthy. Insurance has become really no longer affordable. 80% of U.S. adults rate lowering their healthcare costs as their top concern. So why Impact? Well, we're rooted in the Love Thy Neighbor approach, which allows us to welcome all races, all religions, all colors, all creeds. We were the very first healthcare sharing entity to launch this patented technology platform that really provides 100% transparency. This had never been done before in healthcare sharing, certainly not in health insurance. We have member-owned accounts. That way the money stays in your account. We have no network. You get to see any doctor you want. Again, providing full transparency on how all the money moves is something we're really, really proud of. And of course, you have no open enrollment restrictions. Membership begins the first of every month. You just got to finish that application by the last day of the previous month. We also have great pricing and programs for individuals, for families, for seniors, and for groups. And remember, friends, it's a comprehensive program for your health. So we have preventative services, maternity, accident, illness, and of course, injuries. You have access to telemedicine and an industry-leading prescription drug pricing program.
All right. Well, as you saw, you guys, that was a little bit about Impact Health Sharing. We're going to talk more about that in our training, but I want to show you and highlight some of the differences with traditional health insurance and what we're doing with Impact, okay? So, traditional health insurance has high monthly premiums, and with Impact, we are able to save families and businesses 30 to 70% savings in some cases. Sometimes there's a high deductible per family member in traditional health insurance, majority of the time. And annual PRA, which is basically like a deductible for us, is as low as $2,500 per household for Impact. You must choose within a specific network with physicians and facilities. Usually you have to be in a network when you're dealing with insurance. And with Impact, you're free. You're not stuck with a network. You are open to choose your physician or your specialist. With pharmaceutical pricing, we have lower pricing on our portal, wholesale pricing, higher co-shares and co-pays for provider fees on the health insurance side, and we have lower co-pays, co-shares, and provider fees. There's extra costs for telehealth per call on insurance, and an Impact it's included 24/7. Who loves telehealth? I mean, since COVID, you guys, telehealth is a game changer. Who wants to take a whole entire day off to go to the doctor, right? Or spend a couple hours there? And you guys, traditional health insurance unfortunately doesn't cover, immigrants out of the US who come here. And here, as long as you have a work ID or you're here, you have an ID. In California, as long as you have an ID, you can get coverage. I'm out here in California, and also mental health. That's huge, you guys, mental health coverage. And so as you guys can see, we have a comprehensive plan, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this and why we are really changing the game and creating a crusade with Impact. But let me tell you about the back and then the history of our company as a exclusive marketing arm for Impact. So we are a customer acquisition company. We started in 1993. We're currently in 27 countries and 5 continents and growing, already billions of sales and growing, millions of customers already acquired. And we are the world's largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and essential services in the world. Okay, our platform, you guys, is rated A+ in the Better Business Bureau, and we have tons of documentation. One of my favorite articles is in the Wall Street Journal. Okay, what is it exactly that ACN does, right? We refer and connect essential services for homes and for businesses. So we can do residential and commercial. All the services there on that top row, you guys, you can probably name more than a handful that you're already paying for. I know in my household, we pay for almost all of this. So cell phone service, high-speed internet, we can bundle it, television, gas and electricity in the markets where approved, healthcare, we just talked about that, security and automation, credit card processing if you're a business owner, mobile, online, or in person, travel, and then also identity theft protection, just to name a few things. With major providers, household names already, like Spectrum, AT&T, just to name a few, guys, Vivint, and of course, as we spoke about, Impact Health. A lot of people, you guys, are suffering with being underinsured, okay, or we call it the golden handcuffs, only working in their position to get benefits. But this service, you guys, can be for anyone, someone who works independently. I was introduced to health sharing 7 years ago, fairly healthy. I was single at the time, and you guys, to get a free quote here is simple, just with the date of birth. We're going to show you that and how we're helping people. Also, not only do we provide great quality service, we also can help you get free service. Yes, free utilities. Okay, free gas and electricity with 12 accounts if you partner up with us. And many people on our call right now, many of the leaders have free utilities, you guys, and that's something that we can help you with. No other company can offer that for free. And near and dear to our heart is Project Feeding Kids. We are a blessed company. We partnered up with Feeding America and Food Banks of Canada, where every time we acquire a customer, we get to feed a child. And every time that customer pays their bill, we get to feed children. And so we are on a mission to help children and their families, you guys, through this charity. So like I said, we've been a blessed company so far. And here's our business model. It's very simple. The ACN, we go direct to consumer. We cut out media and internet marketing, advertising. So there's an opportunity for us, and then for our customers, there's more choices and value, and there's an income generating opportunity for us. That's why a lot of us are here first couple days of the new year, you guys, looking at a new opportunity, not only just, you can do something on the side nowadays. That's so popular, right? Something just spare time, part-time, but to create really the residual income that you can with our company is very unique. I'm going to dive right into that. So we get paid 4 different ways, okay? We get paid through bonuses, monthly customer bonuses, acquisition bonuses. I like to call these connection bonuses, where when you connect services 5, 8, 11, you earn a couple $100 every time you connect a service. Now, you guys, one household could be several services. Okay. And every additional 3 services, that's additional $200, no limit, no cap. Who loves that, right? No limit, no cap to your income, part-time, spare time, full-time. You guys, I'm a new mommy. I work this business on my phone, on the couch, feeding the baby. You guys, it's a big blessing. Okay. And 2 monthly residual income. You guys, I mean, how many of you guys on Instagram and Facebook see everything about real estate nowadays and all that stuff? It's a great industry, but you guys, there's so many other things that you can create residual income in. ACN, do it with services. Are you kidding me? Services we have to pay for every single month, month after after month, year after year, the company pays us 3 to 20% residual income, okay, every time we get a customer and they pay their monthly bill. Isn't that amazing? Up to 20%. And so here you go. Here is an opportunity not only to make income for yourself, but if you know some people who are also looking for opportunity, this is the beginning of the year, you guys. Do you know 2 or 3 people who might want to make some extra money this year? Okay, yes, you already know them in your head. They just called you to borrow money. Okay, so a couple things here is that the company gives you 4% commissionable revenue profit share every time someone partners up with you, okay, just for referring someone into the company. And our business plan is from left to right. The company gives us bonuses when we help other people and we share the opportunity, $50 all the way up to $450 every time we help someone get their business started. So I love the fact that not only can you make income for yourself, but you can also give opportunity for others, right? Sharing is caring in 2024. So to become an independent business owner, an IBO, we call it. It's a one-time startup of $299, okay, and only $25 a month business support. What does the $299 come with? It comes with a personalized website, training and marketing materials, business tracking and reporting with Salesforce. You guys, that's an amazing, grade A software. And IBO and customer support, that's all included. It is a business in a box, you guys. And we also have ACN loyalty rewards. It's exclusive savings and rebates just for us. And all we have to do, okay, is come to training. Okay, on Tuesdays, just like this, come to training and direct people to the website and assist them in becoming a customer. And that's as simple as it is. It's just take it step by step. Business in the box, you could write this off as well. And there's a lot of perks to it. And then you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. That's the best thing that I love about this. You know, during my pregnancy and being a new mommy, I mean, it's a whole handful. We get support from our leaders here. And so when I started the company, you guys, I was working full time. I only could do this a few hours a week. I started at 2 hours, 4 hours, then 10 hours. And within a year and a half, I had matched my full-time income and my corporate position at that time. And I chose to go independent. I chose to go independent and to have that freedom to be able to be an entrepreneur, be present with your family, to do the things that you really want is really irreplaceable, especially nowadays. And so keep your main thing your main thing. But you guys, ACN, it is the opportunity of 2024. Okay. And I'm going to pass it over to a gentleman that I respect highly. He is also a new parent as well. My brother, all the way from Houston, Texas. He is a real estate professional, a husband, a father now, a multi-business owner as well, a man of faith. Okay. Most importantly. And he is really versed in actually how we get paid. Okay. He's going to show you the money, you guys, and I'm going to pass it over to top producing regional director, Mr. Marshall Stewart.
Awesome. Let's give a round of applause to Miss Charlene Wayanka. Way to go. Amazing presentation. And yes, we are siblings and not only Christ, but the seasons that we're in, and in parenthood, new parenthood and all that stuff. So congratulations to you and Carlos and your family, and Happy New Year to every single one of you. It's so good to see your beautiful faces shining through the cameras. So my name is Marshall. As Charlene mentioned, I'm here in the Houston marketplace. Blessed to be a regional director in ACN, husband, father, real estate professional, and, man of faith. But I'm so thankful for this business because years ago, when I was tired of being laid off from jobs that I didn't really want to work to begin with, or things that I was forced to suffer because of the ups and downs of the economy, I realized a plan B was something I was really needing at the time. And I don't know if any of y'all have come to that same conclusion. Maybe a plan B would be good to be able to build here in the year of 2024. Well, that was me several years ago. And so a friend of mine reached out to me, showed me this amazing business. I got started right away, but I didn't have much time between the businesses I was running and things I was pursuing. I only had a few hours a week to be able to build this business. But thankfully, because of the leadership that you're seeing here within this group and many others in the ACN, along with following the simple system, over the course of years of building this part-time, spare time, a few hours a week, it turned into hundreds of business partners and thousands of customers that we've been able to help through our organization. So I'm going to share with you guys how we're able to do that in a very simple way, as long as you keep following the simple system, and especially the kind of money that you can that you can actually anticipate if you just keep doing the simple things here. So remember that in this business, we're only going to make money whenever we get customers. The goal is not just to get people to join. ACN doesn't want your enrollment fee. It wants our help to be able to bring customers to the table. And that's the only way we get paid. Now, if you're brand new here on the line, or even if you're just restarting and getting your business going again, your first goal right away, get 5 services that equal at least 10 points. I'm going to share with you what that means in just a moment. But when you get those 5 services right away, you're going to get a bonus of $200 right then and there. And that, especially if you're brand new, that unlocks your ability to get paid in this business. Okay. And we get paid in 2 ways. First is residual income between our own customers and our team's customers. And then the same thing with bonuses between our own personal efforts and our team's efforts. So we're going to start off with residual income. This is the mailbox money that all of us are anticipating and excited about. So every service that Charlene mentioned that we offer has a point value attached to it. Okay. So what we want to do is take a picture, take a screenshot of this so you have an idea of what each service actually can score you in points. But we're going to focus on the most simple and lucrative ones, because not only do they give you the most points, but they also are some of the easiest to be able to get, and you get paid significantly more with a few of these if you really learn to master them. Okay, so monthly personal residual income. This is what we make on a monthly basis. Every 3rd weekend of the month, there's a direct deposit that hits our bank accounts once you unlock this faucet of residual income. And everybody who gets started, you're going to start at the same level as everyone else, which is 3%. You start earning of all of your customers. But as you get more and more points personally, meaning more customers that we connect through our own online store, we help more people with Impact Health Sharing, or we help more people with Zoom Energy or Vivint, whatever services that you pour into your storefront and people sign up through you, you're going to start promoting higher and higher in this business because of those points that each service has connected to it. So your goal over time is you want to get 200 plus points as quickly as possible. Why? Because that helps you get the full 20% that Charlene mentioned of your entire book of business of personal customers. So however long you want to take. I know people that get that done within a few months. I know people that have gotten that done within their first month in the business. And I know people that take their time, and I have no idea why. For me, I want to get paid as much as possible, as quickly as possible. So why not go for the fullest amount that ACN wants to pay us, right? So 20% you'll unlock once you get 200 personal points, personal services that you connect yourself. Now, guess what? As you pursue those 200 points along the way, you're also going to unlock several layers of your team, of your organization. So when you get 25 personal customer points, and then 50, and then 75, you start unlocking what we call levels within this business. And so as you're building out your team, we're sharing this opportunity. It's 2024. We know people are looking to make money and lose weight. We might not be able to help them with the weight, but we can definitely help them with losing the money. Making money, excuse me. And so what you're going to want to do is share this business with people. And as you get your personal customers, you're able to unlock levels 4% every time your team acquires customers as you continue to advance. So you get paid down to the 5th level, the 5th connection of your organization once you get 75 personal points. And so that lasts all the way until you're a regional vice president. At regional vice president, the reason why you're going to be so excited to hear from our RVP, Mr. JT Thomas, is because he unlocked infinite levels of residual income simply because he followed the system and helped a lot of people win here in this business. So you're going to want to pay attention to that here shortly. But just remember, get as many personal customer points as you can. 200 plus unlocks your whole entire personal book of business. 75 personal points along the way will unlock 5 levels within your team. Now, I'm going to play a quick video that's going to paint a picture of what's possible, whether you know an individual, a business owner like this, or someone in your team happens to bring on board a business owner like this. You're going to want to pay attention to this story because it's crazy. Take a listen to this.
Thanks, Harsh. I appreciate you having me on the call. Yeah, I've been in the aerospace industry going on 40 years. We have 130 employees between two facilities, one here in Connecticut, one in Fort Worth, Texas. And we currently are offering Impact as an option to our standard insurance offering with Cigna. And we have 9 employees that have taken advantage of that so far. Others are very interested. And just with those 9 employees, we're saving $7,000 a month over what it would have cost us with Cigna. Not only that, but this past year, our renewal with Cigna was over $1 million. And we got a quote from Impact. And if all of our employees switched to Impact, that cost would be $360,000. So I don't know if they're all going to switch, but that number looked pretty enticing to me. On top of the things that Craig said about the great service and member-centric approach that Impact has, it's been a great thing. I love introducing this to other business owners because they can take advantage of the savings, they can take advantage of the residuals, and give back more to their employees.
I want you guys to think about that for a second. He was able to go from $1 million of all of his employees that he was actually having to cover through his business down to $360,000 with Impact. Now, if you know a business owner that has employees, would you agree that's exciting? Imagine if you were able to help a business owner do that. What if someone you know joined this business and introduced a business owner like that, and that just happened to fall in your organization? Can you fathom getting paid on $360,000 of residual income? Any piece of residual or any percentage of that, I would be extremely excited for. So I want you guys to understand the power of this business. It's amazing that we're able to do these kinds of things. Now, along the way, as you're building your business and you're getting more customers, you're helping more team members do the same thing, you're going to start promoting to positions within this business. And it goes from, people who are just getting started all the way to the most lucrative amounts of money that you can imagine. But our focus for now is everybody should run for regional director. The reason why Charlene is so excited is she's a regional director out of California. She helped a lot of people win in this business. And that position has afforded the both of us, brand new parents, the ability to enjoy time with our children a lot more. So that's why you want to run for that position as quickly as possible. So how do we get there? The first thing you do if you're brand new is you want to remember 5 services, 10 points, get you to customer qualified. And this is extremely urgent because not only do you get your $200 bonus right then and there, but you're also going to unlock additional money from that point forward anytime you do something in this business that merits it. So customer qualified, you want to get that done within your first 24, 48 hours. And then from that point forward, every additional 3 services and 6 points that you get this same month, you're going to continue to get another 200 and another 200 for an additional 3 services, 6 points, and then another 200. So take a picture, a screenshot of this so you know how much money you can earn just by setting up your own services. I set up everything I could in my own household, 8 services between my wife and we paid ourselves a bonus of $400 just for saving money on our own stuff. So contracts didn't matter to us. Things that we were able to just set up ourselves, became a lucrative return, and we earned every month. We pay those bills anyway. It was a win-win-win situation all around. So set up as many services as you want in your first month, and you can make some serious money here. Now, as you do that and you help other people along the way win in this business as well, you're going to promote to executive team leader. That's whenever you and your team both combine for 30 points, your services plus your team services. Now you get paid $50 every time somebody new joins your business and reaches their first promotion. Remember, 5 services, 10 points is that first promotion, right? $50 every time that happens, you're going to be able to make some significant money. So imagine doing that in your first 30 days. When there's a fast start bonus that's available, You can make $500 for hitting executive team leader whenever you do that and you have at least 15 points that comes from your team, right? So a lot of people in this group have success stories of being able to do this in their first week of business. That's what you want to set the standard for. If you're brand new, let's knock this out as quickly as possible so we have people in your network that see what you did and they want to beat it. That's how you create a wildfire. Okay, now, regional coordinator, Miss Jessica Vargas, who opened up the call. She's a regional coordinator. She's having phenomenal growth right now in her team. And she's very excited too, because imagine now for the same work that we just described, she went from getting $50 for everybody that she helped win in this business to $150 for every new promoted person within their first 30 days, right? That's why you see her smile beaming through the camera. So same example. What happens when 20 people join Jessica's business within a month and they all hit their first promotion? That's $3,000 alongside of her lucrative career that she already has. Not bad part-time money, right? Imagine if that happens in a week. Jessica's extremely excited, right? So that's what's amazing. But let me tell you, at regional director, things get really serious, because at regional director, you give yourself permission to be able to walk away from jobs that you aren't too fond of, maybe be able to free up a spouse's time a little bit more, or like I mentioned before, Charlene and I enjoying time with our newborns and our infants a little bit more than most people normally would, right? It's amazing because what happens is every new person that joins our organization and they reach their first promotion, we get bumped up to $250 every time that happens. So same scenario, what happens if 30 people happen to join our business within this calendar month, and we all help them get qualified, get their first 5 services, 10 points? That's 7,500 extra dollars, could be part-time. Now, to do this, you really have to be focused, but we can do something in a massive way just plugging in and learning with the amazing leadership and system we have available here. So what I want you to understand in conclusion, guys, is up front, you're going to earn as much bonus money as you can, because residual takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. This is not a get rich quick program. But if you focus on getting bonuses every single week, whether you get the customers yourself or you help your team do that, your residual income is going to build up over time, and you unlock a treasure chest that's going to be able to do a lot of amazing things and buy some freedoms in your life that you might not otherwise have and other people wish they could have. So with that, you want to get as many services as you possibly can, and let's get you qualified today. So it is my pleasure now to introduce the next speaker. He is a powerhouse leader here in the Texas marketplace as well, a real estate professional, and someone I'm so blessed to call a friend and a brother in Christ. And he's going to teach us how we get customers. That's none other than Regional Director, Mr. David Olivares. David, the call is yours, bro.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Mr. Stewart a huge round of applause for that incredible compensation training. I am jumping out of my seat, feeling like I'm, starting from day one, with an open mind to kick off 2024. So thank you for your leadership, Mr. Stewart. Thank you so much. Now, who wants to get a bunch of customers and feel confident that by the time you're done with this presentation, you can easily get at least 20 customers? Let me see those hands go up. Perfect, excellent. All right, guys. So let's get into it, and be sure to do your screenshots. And keep in mind that we do this every Tuesday, and every time you're on, believe it or not, you might catch something different that you didn't hear the first time. Maybe you might just hear a little bit different, and it might just trigger something. You might have an aha moment. All right. So the first thing you want to do is get familiar with the services. I know you're going to see some of these slides over and over again, but it's like a song. The more you hear it, the more you see it. Like me, I came from the real estate agent world, so all I knew was real estate. I didn't know anything about this. But when I took a look at this a few years ago, I said, you know what? I'm going to be coachable. I'm going to follow the system. I'm going to listen to my mentors, and I'm going to be a student of the industry, right? So you want to be able to really take this to heart. So now, while you see a bunch of services here, There's a few services that we focus more on, which are the top 6 most simple and lucrative services, right? And these are the ones that you want to go after quickly, right? You want to get paid quickly, right? And keep in mind that we do have commercial internet now besides our residential. So that's something different that you can market. And we're bringing more services this year, as a matter of fact, but you have to be at our March event in Dallas to hear the information firsthand. Now, where do you find your customers? And even though that this is a training for people who are starting off their businesses, these are methods that you want to take with you to throughout your entire career of being an independent business owner with ACN, because this is still how a lot of us that are seasoned still get our customers with you. That is the most important way. Start with you because you want to be a product of the product. And of course, the number 2 people who say no to your business. Believe it or not everybody's going to want to make money with you. But you know what? They consume the services. So don't get off that Zoom without asking them to be your customer if the business opportunity is not for them. Sometimes it's just timing, right? And then of course you have everybody else. We have a special approach that we use called the favor. Why help and support. We're going to do a little bit of role playing in a couple of minutes to hear how that sounds in real time. Now, you must think like a business owner, because if you want to earn like a business owner, that's what your mindset needs to be. Don't think of, oh, this Vivint's going to cost me. Think of how much is this Vivint going to make me. Same thing on the impact on the service. Don't think, oh, how much is it going to cost me? Think how much is this going to make me? It's your inventory. You have your store open, so now you need your products to be able to sell, right? It's going to create belief in the services. It's going to get you paid fast and promoted, right? And you're going to learn up the sign up process. There's a website where it goes over some of the technical things, and you get paid up to 20%. You saw the compensation that Mr. Store went over. Do not leave money on the table. Would you rather get 3% on the services that you work so hard to get, or 20%? It's a no-brainer. You know the answer to that. Plus, you go from selling to sharing. Nobody likes to be sold, but people like to share an opportunity or a service or a product with somebody, right? It's speaking from the heart. You have to keep in mind, we're in the people business. We're not in the services business. Now, for those who like free things, if you don't have any of these free services yet, please go for them, because this is going to be part of your story as an independent business owner. Imagine how powerful it sounds when you tell somebody, hey, I've got free electricity. How about you? That's going to in itself pique some interest. So 5 cell phone accounts in addition to yours, your cell phone account is free, your free line. 5 ID seals in addition to yours, your IDC, which identity protection is free. 12 gas or energy accounts that are paid on time after 3 billing cycles. You can get up to free electricity or gas every single month for the rest of your life. If you have free gas or free electricity or free cell phone or free something, please put it on the chat so people can believe that it's real. Sometimes people say, nah, that can't be real. Trust me, it is. And moving on next, a special promotion. This is going to be going away on the 15th. We get free installation all the time because of ACN. You get a buy one, get one free doorbell and 3 months of monitoring. If you don't have Vivint, get it for yourself, right? And this is a great product. Very, 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 very easy to be able to share the service with. Now, going into our impact health sharing, keep in mind we have open enrollment all year long. Traditional, we'll call it ACA or / Obamacare, open enrollment for that is going to be ending on the 16th. But you know what? You have open enrollment all year long. It works better than, feels better than insurance, right? And for those who want to really be masters on impact, every Tuesday at the times you see on the screen, at the there's a webinar and Q&A by Jeff and Melissa Street. They're one of our top regional vice presidents. And now You must be accredited to be able to market Impact Health Sharing. This is not just getting started as an ACN independent business owner. You must do this every 12 months. If you've been in the business for at least 12 months, look for an email to be able to take that reaccreditation test, right? It's an open book. You can't get any easier than that. Now, how do you get Impact Health customers? You just have to say something. The number one reason why people fail in business is because they never say anything, right? They're a CIA, in their own business, right? All you have to say is, are you open to getting a free quote on your healthcare costs? We're going to give you an example of how this sounds in role playing in a minute, right? If they say yes, you go to your storefront, you give them a quote based on the oldest family member in the household. If they like it, they understand the product, sign them up. If they've got questions, they can put their information on your website. They'll get a call within 24 to 72 hours from an impact consultant to go over some of their questions. But still, even if you do that, follow up with them, right? Because all they're going to do is answer their questions. They're not going to sign them up for you. That is your job, right? Now, set the right expectations. Impact is not health insurance. It's an alternative to the high cost of health insurance. All right. You have to be really careful with that. Right. Now, for those who want to see if there's savings with Impact, here's a couple of really quick examples. I'm not going to go too much into it. You see this person was charged. You see down in the middle, it says 36,000. Impact knocked that off about 27,000, came down about 9,000 and change. Over 8,000 was paid by the members, which means approved for sharing. So this person only had to pay about $1,000 out of pocket compared to $40,000. I don't know about you, but that's a savings to me, right? If he wouldn't have had Impact, they probably would have had to make payment arrangements. Now, the special approach, everybody say this with me: favor, why, help, support. This, ladies and gentlemen, just like McDonald's has their secret sauce, this is your secret sauce. Because if you try to get them on the savings, you're going to lose them on the savings the moment somebody knocks on their door. But if you acquire them on this approach, trust me, you're going to have a higher rate of retention on your customers. To this day, there's a lot of us on this line. I've been doing this business for about 10 years. And I can guarantee that a lot of us have customers that have been paying services for years and years and years. So these are the words that work. I don't like to call it script. It's the words that work. Now, we're going to have a little bit of fun, and I'd like to ask regional coordinator Miss Jessica Vargas if she can do a little bit of role playing with me. You mind helping us out?
Sure.
Awesome. She always has a positive attitude, always smiling, lighting up the room. So that's why we always pick on her for role playing, right? So, okay, here we go. Okay, ring ring.
Hello.
Hey Jess, how's it going? This is Dave. Got a quick minute?
Oh, yeah, sure. What's up?
Hey, look, I need to ask you for a huge, huge, huge personal favor. All right.
Okay.
Look, I've been started working with a program that offers essential services, and it would mean the world if you would become one of my customers. Now, the reason I'm doing this, obviously, I'm in real estate, I've been in real estate for a long time. I don't get me wrong, I like it, but I've been working like 24/7, and I took a look at something that I really feel would help me out, and I'm really excited about this. So I'm working towards a promotion, and I'm almost there. I need a few more customers just by midnight tonight. Could you do me a huge favor? Please support me and maybe become one of my customers for one of my essential services.
Yeah, sure. I was gonna see if you're gonna ask me for money, but I would love to help you with your business and your promotion. Whatever you can show me, just send it to me, or let's link up and see what I can help you out with.
Awesome. Well, you know what? Let me ask you this. Can I get your free quote on your healthcare?
Oh yeah, sure, sure.
Awesome. So, okay, time. Let's give Miss Jess a huge round of applause. And you know what? She's my friend, so I kept it super casual. I try not to sound like a robot. Please role play with whoever you're working on this, right? Write it down and record yourself. Those are some of the big tips and advice that were told to us by our mentors. So, to wrap up this section, You want to learn faster and get more customers by being your own customer. If you saw any of the services on the slide, all the services you're not a customer of, you might want to be thinking to yourself, why I'm not a customer. Please go back and try to be your own customer. You're going to get paid on your own services, make money on your own services. Start with mastering at least 2 to 3 services. Master the favor why help approach is a special video you can get from whoever you're working with. But next, we're going to teach you how to be able to build an army of customer getters. And we're going to go all the way to Michigan. We've got regional director, Mrs. Estella Williams. She's a business owner. She's a leader's leader. So the digital stage is all yours.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. David, for that amazing training. I'm back here like, you know what, I'm telling you, for those of you who are just sitting here all casually, I don't know about you all, but I'm back here. I can hardly sit still because Mr. David, he brought the business. All of these leaders, they brought the business. And so you guys help me give it back up to Mr. David Olivares for such an amazing customer acquisition training. Everybody on this call coming out of this training, we all, and I'm including myself, we all need to, coming out of this, off of this amazing training, we got to step our game up, because with the training that we're receiving here tonight, is giving us all that we need to be able to go to the next level, to be able to know how to make the money, to know how to be able to go get customers, and even to be able to get services for free. So again, I'm just so appreciative to Mr. David Olivares for such an amazing training. And so I'm going to go ahead and move forward with my portion of the training. And that being said, Mr. David, seems like you're, let me see, I don't know what's going on, but okay. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, great. So really quickly, Mr. David shared a little bit about my background. Simply put, prior to my getting involved with this company, I had no experience with anything like this whatsoever. I had never done anything like this. And when I saw this information, it just made too much sense. And so that's why I got involved. I never saw an opportunity where I could actually get paid on bills that I had to pay anyway. So like I said, when I saw it, it was a no-brainer. And so I got involved with the company because I had been involved with something that was, thank you for whoever did that. So I got involved with the opportunity because this, I was working very hard. I was time broke. And fast forward, because of this opportunity, today my husband and I get to work this amazing business together. And we've been blessed by this opportunity, and we've been blessed to be a blessing to countless individuals nationally and internationally. Not by ourselves, but because of building a team. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll share with everybody on this call, if you're going to be, in order to be successful here, you can do it by just getting some customers, but I'm telling you, you'll be more effective building a team. So let's go out here and learn how to do that next, so that we're going to move forward in doing that. So firstly, we want to book a Zoom meeting as soon as possible. Now, ASAP is not on the calendar. So we want to make sure that we put a timeline on that. You want to book a Zoom within the next 24 to 48 hours. So you want to get with the person that you're working with, let them know, listen, I want, when can I get on your calendar? I need to book a PBZ or a private business Zoom, to get some people in front of this information. I strongly encourage that you select, that you book 2 times. You book 2 dates, because that way, if you invite people and they're not able to make the first time, you have a second option. And that's just giving you a more effective, helping you to be more effective and more proactive. Also, you want to make a list. When you get started, I encourage everybody on this. Now, everything that I'm sharing with you, these are all essential items that are part of this system. You can't decide. It's just like with the Bible. You can't decide which parts you want to keep and which parts you don't want to do. All of these aspects of this system are essential. You want to make that list of 100 names and numbers, a bare minimum of 100. When you're making that list, don't prejudge anyone. Start with your A players. What's your A list? The business owners, people that are in business or have owned a business. They're used to making business decisions. Also, you want to also look, put people down that are in the real estate industry. I mean, how many of you would love to have a Mr. David Oliveris or Mr. JT Thomas from the insurance industry, or having medical professionals on your team, or Mr. Marshall Stewart from real estate, Charlene Wayanka? How would you like to have individuals of this caliber on your team? Well, put them down. Then have network marketing, people with network marketing experience, and then people that earn $100,000 plus, because they're used to, although they're working this job, they're working it as though they own the company. And then make sure that we put everybody else on the list, because see, everyone else's, those are people too that are sometimes some of the best individuals that you can get. So don't leave them out. And then you want to make sure that you over invite, because 50% of what you invite is not going to show up, because life happens. And so, things happen. You want to over invite to ensure that you have your event is packed out. Remember, the faster you get people on the Zoom, the faster you win here. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up the call, and I am going to ask for, and I know I saw the camera on earlier. Let me see if it's still on. Mr. Lamar Thomas, Regional Coordinator, Mr. Lamar Thomas, would you be able to role play with me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, look, we did some powerful things back in 2023. I think we need to start out 2024 doing the same. So let's go. So Lamar is Lamar is one of my best friends. So, I call him up. When I call with Lamar up, I don't understand, because this is my best friend, or this is a close friend of mine. I'm not going to be weird. I'm not going to sound like a robot. I'm not going to sound like I'm reading the script. You want to just be very natural, be you. So when I call Lamar up, listen, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Lamar, this is Estella. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Miss Estella. How are you?
I'm amazingly blessed. Thank you so much for asking. Listen, I only got a minute, but I got a crazy question to ask you. Do you look at other ways of making money?
Oh, nothing crazy about that, always.
Listen, Lamar, I don't know if you know this or not, but my dad has been having some very serious health issues. And, this economy is just going sideways. And that's why I started looking, because I want to be able to do some other things for my dad and take care of him. But I also, with this economy being what it is, I just had to start looking for some other things. And I'm so excited because, I came across something that I'm excited about it with a company that I'm really excited about, this dealing with essential services and things of that nature, essential services. And I met an individual that's having massive success expanding an online business with global essential services. Now, Lamar, I don't know how I was able to do it, but I actually got this gentleman to give me 20 minutes of his time tomorrow evening on a Zoom at 6:30 to share with me and a group of my friends, family members, and close friends what he's doing. His name is Mr. Mr. JT Thomas. Now, if I send you the link, can I count on you to be on the call?
Is that going to be Central Time? I just moved to California.
Oh, thank you for sharing that with me. Oh, well, congratulations, family. I didn't know you had relocated. Kudos to you. Okay, well, listen, in that instance, so it's going to be on Eastern Time for me, which would, that would be 3 hours behind me.
Oh, yeah, I can make it. That'll work out for me. Okay,
great. So what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and get the line reserved for you. Someone from Mr. JT's office, either Mr. Thomas or someone from his office will give you a reminder call. So if you see a number you don't recognize, please take the call. And do me a favor, jump on the call about 5 minutes early. I can't wait to introduce you to Mr. JT. This gentleman is absolutely amazing, and he is very down to earth. You guys actually remind me a little bit of each other.
Oh, great. I'm excited. Send it over to me. I can't wait.
Okay, great. Now, I want you to notice if they start asking you questions, Mr. Lamar asked me a question. I don't care what they ask, be new. Talk about the presenter. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a website maybe I can go to look up some information on this so I can have a little bit more before I get to the meeting?
You know what? That's a great question. And you know what I can tell you, Lamar, is I don't know all the answers, but what I do know is Mr. JT is having massive success. And based on the success that he's having, he's going to be sharing everything with us. Now, I actually want to hear about what he's doing. How about you?
Yeah, that sounds good. What is it about, though?
Again, that's a great question. I don't know all of the answers, but what I do know is that Mr. JT is going to be sharing all of the information. It's dealing with essential services, but again, based on the success he's having, he's going to be sharing everything with us. And I don't know about you, but I really want to hear what he's doing. Now, it may or may not even be for you, but just trust me. And again, it's only going to be about 20 minutes. So can I send you the link so we can evaluate it together?
Yeah, you know what? I trust you. Yeah, send it over to me. 15, 20 minutes. It can't hurt to check it out.
Absolutely. We're going into 2024, new ideas, new things. I mean, what can it hurt? You haven't seen this yet. All right, let's go. So ladies and gentlemen, compliment them on asking a question, because you know what? People want to feel smart. Compliment them, because questions are not bad things. Questions just mean that they're interested. So don't get angry and frustrated with people when they ask questions. Just continue to follow with the follow-up words that work. Now, these are the words that don't work. Please don't start talking about, you know what, it's dealing with ACN, it's $299 plus $25 a month. We've got all of these companies, T-Mobile, AT&T, Sprint, we've got Spectrum, Verizon. Oh, by the way, we do healthcare. And please don't do that, because that is so disrespectful, because what you're doing is you're taking someone's opportunity from them. You're literally robbing them of the opportunity to be able to see this information in a way that they can make an educated decision. We don't have a right to do that to anyone. So give them the same respect that was given to you, and let's allow them to see it in a proper and professional manner. Also, it makes it easier to be able to train them and to train their people. If you follow the system, it's easier to help them, just say to them, remember how Mr. Lamar, remember what was said to you when you were invited? So it's easier to follow the system and have that continue to duplicate in your organization. Now, please take a picture of this slide. This is your Zoom meeting checklist and etiquette. This is very important. You want to make sure that you send a text reminder to your guests 15 minutes prior to your Zoom, your private business Zoom. And then you also want to make sure that you get your confirmation list of your guests to your presenter the day of your meeting. You want to get it to them early enough that they are able to confirm those guests. And then also, and when you get to your Zoom, you want to have a professional background. Make sure that you have your camera on, because your guests are watching you. And make sure that the lights are on. Make sure that you've tested your microphone and video. And also make sure, as your guests are coming on, welcome them. Have some energy when you're welcoming people on. Be excited that they're there. It's just like if they were walking through your door, ladies and gentlemen. Treat this as though they were walking through your living room. Oh, good evening, Melody. How are you doing? Good evening, Rena. Come on in. Welcome them in and introduce them to your speaker. And make sure that you ask them to hold all the questions till the end, and make sure that you're paying attention. And be sure that there are no distractions, and don't interrupt the speaker, whatever you do. And also make sure that you prepare for massive success. We're looking forward to, and here's the Zoom, here's our call to action. Let's complete your Zoom meeting within the next 24 to 48 hours, so that this time next week, we will be promoting you, each and every one of you, on this call. So let's go into 2024 with a vengeance. And at this time, I'd like to bring up the next speaker. This gentleman is an absolute champion, not only in this business, but in life. He is a servant leader, and he has dominated the charts in this business. So at this time, I'd like to turn the call over to top producing regional vice president out of the Houston market, Mr. JT Thomas. Mr. Thomas, the call is over to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Stella. And I want to just give everybody a round of applause, even yourselves that are on camera, taking notes, guys. You know, thank you for enduring this time with us and definitely learning and gleaning together. So, guys, I'm excited because this is a new year, new goals. But listen, you don't have to start a new year to have new goals, right? You can just get right to it, right? So I know we're getting close to time, guys. I want to respect everybody's time, but here's what I want to do. I need you guys to stay with me for about a good 5 to 10 minutes because I'm going to go over the most important part. See, they trained very well. Like Mrs. Stella trained very well. Mr. Marshall trained very well. You know, Miss Arlene started off the call. Miss Jessica did very well. Mr. David Olivares taught you guys how to get customers. But let me tell you something. Regardless of what you learn about all of that stuff, if you don't have the proper mindset, ladies and gentlemen, we just had a good call for about an hour. And then you'll get off the call and say, well, that was a good call. And don't do nothing. Okay. So stay on the call because we're going to have a game plan for you in some breakout rooms. Let's get right to it, guys. Now, this is my favorite part, is talking about mindset and events. Because see, the first thing I want you to do is make a decision. And you guys have heard my training before. I've been in this business for about 11 years, guys. And when I saw this opportunity, listen, I was doing insurance. I was making good money, but I had zero time. My mother was sick. She had cancer. Praise God, she beat it. But that is the reason I had to make a decision. So tonight, if you're new and maybe you're not in this business yet, you got to make a decision to get started. Listen, it's $324, guys. If $324 is a problem right now in 2024 for you, let's change that. Let's not make that a problem anymore. So make that decision tonight. The other decision is people who got started. First of all, congratulate everybody who's made that decision to get started. Everybody give a round of applause to everybody who's made that decision. Now, the second decision is when you get involved, you got to make a decision to win. So I want you to write that down. Make the decision to win. Determine your why. Write that down. Guys, I want to ask everybody, my why, let me tell you what my why was. And I want you all to listen up because this is the most important part. See, my why was my mother. Now, I want to open it up to everybody who has their cameras on, guys. What would be your why? Why do you need to be successful, but why do you need to have residual income? See, I know a lot of people that are successful, but they don't have residual income. So why do you need residual income? Anybody want to show of hands? Who wants to share their why? Go ahead, Mrs. Stella, you go first.
For my dad to take care of my father.
Absolutely.
And also to free up my husband, who was my caregiver.
Absolutely. Thank you. Anybody else want to share? Go ahead, Miss Jessica.
To have more time freedom to spend with my family and to give back to my parents that did so much for me.
Awesome. Love it. That's a great why. Miss Faustina, go ahead. Unmute. Oh, here, there you go.
Okay. I want the money and the time freedom. Both of my parents are still alive. They're all the way in Africa. I want to be able to visit them as often as I want to without an employer telling me when I can and cannot go.
Absolutely. Love it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Maybe one more. Give me one more. Somebody to tell me what their why is. Why do you need to be successful? Miss Rena, go ahead.
For me, it's my siblings. That's it.
Your siblings. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for participating with me because this is important, guys. When we're talking about our why, you'll get to why I asked you that in a second. But the main thing is when you have your why, the vision is clear. The journey is clear. So be coachable. Be coachable. See, when I first got started, I had to come with my baggage from insurance. I was successful at insurance, but I wasn't successful at this business. So I had to lean on the people who had that success before. You want to have a great work ethic. You want to learn to sort, guys, and never quit. And let me tell you something about sorting. Remember this. Take a picture of this. There's going to be what we call red apples. There's going to be what we call green apples. And then there's going to be the rotten ones. Oh man, some of y'all gonna have fun with this afterwards. But the red apples, you want to spend 80% of your time with them because, and what I mean by this is 80% of your time with someone who's a red apple. These are the people that are in your life that are like, yes. When you ask them the question, do they want to make extra money in 2024? They're like, yes. So why not? Of course. Those are the people you want to spend the most time with. The green apples are the people that have a lot of questions. They're like, what about this? What about that? Well, why AT&T? Why T-Mobile? Why you get free electricity? Trust me, they'll ask these questions. Spend 20% of your time. Doesn't mean they're bad people. Just 20% of your time. And the rotten ones, you spend 0%. Now, this doesn't mean that maybe they don't like you. Maybe they love you. This may actually be somebody that's close to you. But listen, they don't understand. So move on. Never quit, guys. And here is what I'll tell you. The reason why I asked every single one of you your why is because when I got started, I didn't let anything come between my why. When Mr. David was talking about customers, I hope y'all can hear me. I hope y'all can hear me. I'm sorry. I just like to be transparent with folks. Let me pull these slides down. When Mr. David was talking about getting customers, and he said, be your own customer. Do you think I hesitated when my mother is my why? So my mother is part of my journey. That's way more important than a bill or termination fee. When I talk to people about the business, my mother is the reason why I'm doing this business. When I talk to people, do you think I'm scared of getting a no? My mother's means way more important. Some of you have your child. Some of you have your family members that are your whys. So why, if you can take a bullet for them, why you can't take a no? I hope everybody's hearing me tonight. So you got to take this business serious. You got to treat it like a business if you want that residual lifestyle and have time freedom. So guys, when we're talking about this business, there's going to be an emotional roller coaster. There's going to be ups and downs. You're going to talk to people. They're going to say no. Some people are going to say, man, it's a scam. It sounds like one of them things. Then you're going to talk to people and they're going to be like, man, I've been looking for this all my life. Then you may talk to somebody else and they say, man, I don't want to be your customer. I got TXU. Right? So guys, just know that just ride the roller coaster, keep the bar down. See, if you focus on your why, none of this stuff matters. Just sort through it. Understand it. Don't ride that emotional roller coaster. Make sure you just buckle up and say, you know what, this is going to be fun. All right? Because your why is that important. And here's the 4-step system. Number 1, you got a quick start training, guys. Congratulations to everybody. This is what we call a quick start. You know, we do this on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Make sure you come back. Number 2, you want to get qualified. You heard that earlier. Get qualified. Don't waste your time trying to figure out all these things. Just get qualified, guys. If the leader is telling you get qualified to make money, get qualified. And then after you get qualified, you host a Zoom meeting like Mr. Stella said. Can you imagine if you made $200 in 30 minutes and you got a Zoom meeting with your friends and family and they asked you, well, Rena, did you make any money? Well, Mr. Rubin, did you make any money? Mr. Frank, did you make any money? And you can get on that Zoom and be like, I already made $200 in 30 minutes. I don't know what y'all talking about. You need to get in this business. See, that confidence, when you get qualified and you already make money, that's the key. And they'll get enrolled into your business. You want to attend your Friday night leadership class, guys. And then, of course, you know, attend the local and national events. Now, just to wrap this up, there is a national event in Dallas, Texas, guys. I'm excited about this event. It's March the 9th and March the 10th. Make sure you register for that event. It's a huge event. Everybody from all over the world will be at this event in Dallas, Texas. But there also is some local events that are coming up. The first event I want to talk to you about, some of y'all already know about this. Look at that. Look at that. Frank taking pictures. I see you, Frank. I see you, buddy. Guys, Lubbock is opening. January the 5th, we got an event tomorrow, the 4th, where we're going to get ready to kickstart Lubbock. Be ready for that event. They are being deregulated. If you know anybody in Lubbock, talk to them. Anybody who is walking, breathing, I don't care who they are, talk to them, because I promise you, when you talk to someone about what's happening in Lubbock, oh man, it's going to explode for you. So guys, make sure you take a picture of this event. This is a huge event on the 4th, okay? And then, of course, on the New Year's event, the January 13th, we do have a New Year's event kickoff party where we're going to do a live event in your local markets. So I'm really excited about that event. So make sure you mark your calendars for January the 13th for the New Year's event with, of course, the co-founders, and we will all be together locally, guys. And of course, like I said, this will be company-wide, all right? Now, here's the call to action to end the call. Number one, you want to get customer qualified, 5 services right away. Then you want to learn the proper way to invite, and then, of course, enroll to the next live event, guys. So I hope we served you well tonight. I hope you guys got a lot out of the training tonight. Don't leave without setting a game plan. It's just take 10, 15 minutes to set a game plan with your mentors as we get off of this call. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight, took some notes. I'm excited, and let's welcome 2024 with a massive bang. So thank you, everybody. Love you guys. Have a great night, everybody. God bless everybody.